Hi, this is Allie from Allie Cats Crafts. I'm here to bring you another video on the Fall for Twall paper pumpkin kit. In this you can make 9 cards, and we've been over this before. This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3, and there's many supplies, and I still have a bunch of stuff to work from, so I'm working through them right now. So tonight, I'm gonna use some of the Amber Autumns, and I'm gonna use 4 different color inks: Mossy Meadow, Cajun Craze, Pumpkin Pie, and Crushed Curry. We're gonna do this. So in the Amber Autumn, you will get a die that looks like this. Sorry, I have it already out. And that die cuts out something beautiful. So I'm gonna bring in my Gemini Mini, and my shoulder is hurting, so I can't really cut with my other one very good. So I've been using this a lot lately, and it sticks to my counter. And this does a fantastic job of die cutting. So I've already cut my paper at 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. No, 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I'm going to put it in here. And I washi taped it so it'll stay still. Turn it a slight angle. This cuts like butter. I mean, the Stampin' Up! One cuts really good too. But my shoulder's been bothering me a lot lately, so I've been kind of avoiding using that. So you just run it through. It goes through really easy. I don't have to struggle as much. So I'm going to send it through. I got a couple things back there. And I'm going to remove this guy out of the way. And I will show you what I have. And look at how nice it cuts. I mean, you just hit it and it just pops right out. So then you're going to grab this out, and look at that. Almost every single thing comes out. You just have to do a little bit of poking, and look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. Let me get a piece of white something. Maybe that will help. See how pretty that is? So for the card that I'm making tonight, I did this, but I pre-did it, but I wanted to show you really quick. This came out of the Amber Autumn, and that's why I bought this stamp set, because I really wanted that die. Because, you know, I have embossing folders and stuff, but not a die like that. This one's pretty cool. So I've already partially done this. So what I did was I took this die and I cut it in half. So I decided where I wanted it, and you can see I cut right here, I went there, then I went there, then I went over there, and then I went over there. And I'm gonna make 2 cards, one with this side and one with that side. I just wanted to prep a little bit so that you will see what I've done. So I've already inked this one. So I'm gonna bring out my blending brushes and I'm gonna ink it. But first, I'm going to grab this, which I have embossed with my pinewood plank 3Ds, and I think this is retired. But this is an awesome embossing folder. Look at the detail on that. Isn't that pretty? I thought it was very pretty and I liked it. So that's what I decided to use. Now you use this side where the inside of the plank is moved, you know, embossed out, or you go this side, whichever you choose. I thought I'd go this way because you know how sometimes planks have that little inner part there. But whatever you want, it's what you like. So with embossed paper, you need to always put a little extra glue on there. Make sure you get the edges really good, and then the middle, because remember you have raised and lower stuff. You want that glue to catch everything. So it's been 90-something degrees today, so my glue is running really good. Not a problem with it today. So you get this lined up the best you can, and you can move it around. That's the blessings of the liquid glue. Didn't quite get it. So look at all the edges. This is a very close cut. Normally you do on a card base, which is 8 1/2 by 11 1/2, and then you do your layer 1/4 of an inch smaller, which would be 4 inches by 5 1/4. But I did it at, I'll bring my ruler out. I did a little bit closer because I kind of want it closer. So I did it at 4 1/8 by 5 and 5/16. Wait, was that right? Yes. So it's a little bit, just a little bit of an area from my, what paper is this? Let me look. It's the crumb cake. And then I have a layer, just an off-white layer, which I'm not going to put in there, but that's the middle. So then I used the card base from the kit. And it is this one. I still have 2/2 and a part of another one. And I cut it at 4 1/4, well, however big the die was. Let me see. 5 1/4 by 4 1/4, I'm pretty sure. Let me look. No, by 4 inches. So it's 5 1/4 by 4 inches. That's how big it is. So I cut a little bit smaller on purpose. And then I took my blenders and I blended it. So I'm going to hold off on this and I'm going to show you with the other one that I want to blend. So I'm going to bring in my scratch paper, do the clean side. So I'm going to do some blending. And you can see this is the paper that came in the kit, the card base. So now I am going to bring in my inks. So I got my pumpkin pie, my crushed curry over here, and I have my little blenders. Thank you, Lori, for this awesome blenders. I love them. I've been able to get in all the little nooks and crannies with these, which is really nice. And then my old olive. So let me make sure I'm in. Let me back up a tiny bit. That way I could right in screen. There we go. And you can see all the colors that I have. So I start out with the lightest color. I always do. I'm going to put it in the crushed curry. And I think I want to do, it's whatever you want really. I'll pick this one. And I'm going to go all the way to the edge, so that brings in lots of color. So you want to make a, and you can see, if you look at the color, notice how you can see the texture of the paper? You can still see that texture, which is really nice. I like it. So I'm going to pick another area, just random. It doesn't have to be perfect where you pick it, but I kind of didn't want them right next to each other, so I chose to just move it around. And I did all the crushed curry first. That way, I don't have to worry about it, like getting this, I don't know the words for it, mixing with the other colors, you know. I don't want to ruin my ink. Have that done before. It was by accident. Wasn't me, but that's okay. It's in the past. My friend Lori sent me some ink refills and I fixed all of my inks now. All right, if you ever get, say for instance, if you're stamping and you accidentally get the pumpkin pie and you put it in there, there's like a spot there. So what I did was I took a wet paper towel and I soaked it out the best I could. And then I blended it all together so it didn't look like that. This was one of the ones I did, by the way. And I fixed it. It was not that hard. I didn't want to buy a whole new thing. That was my deal. I really did not want to buy another one. So now I'm going to work with the pumpkin pie. I'm going to bring it in right here. And if it goes on the crushed curry, it's okay. But at least it's a darker color. It's not going to mess up stuff. So I'll leave that for the brown. Let's see. I think I will go with pumpkin pie right here. Just bringing in the color to make those leaves look really nice and pretty fall. And you notice how I'm not really wiping it off very much. And the reason why is when I first did this, I noticed that it was too light. So now I'm going to go in with the Cajun Craze. And that one I'm going to go off a little bit because that's very dark. And I'll put the Cajun Craze right, I think right there. And then I'll put some Cajun Craze right here. So you notice how I kind of separated it? Now, if you want, you could do it all one color if you choose to do this. I didn't want it all one color. Now I'm going to go in with the old olive, and I have just 3 leaves, which works out really good. I'm going to go in there and color those ones. Like so. And there's a little bit of my crushed curry got on there, but that's okay. So there we have it right there. See how pretty that looks? Okay. The next step is I'm going to set that aside for the next card. I'm going to go back to the first one, move my ink out of the way because I do not want to mess with it. I don't want to put my hand in or my card in. I have done that so many times. Drop my brush there. And I ruined my card. There, so let's move those out of the way. Put my inks right next to them so they don't get messed up. So the next thing I want to do, I'm going to glue down this. So there's a lot of little pieces, so I always go around the outside edge and then put little dots here and there. Just to keep it in place, just little tiny dots. Just make sure the edge is down though, because that's going to go right on top of that embossed paper. So you want to keep it down. And the little dots will hold the rest in. Okay, so it looks like I got everything pretty good. So now I'm going to grab my paper. I'm going to line it the best I can. And I want to put it right up against the edge. Very little. Make sure the top and bottom are even, which I did not do. So looking at the top, looking at the bottom, and then press it down. And you can bring your paper in, just kind of press it down to make sure it stays in place. There you go. See how beautiful that looks? It turned out so good. I'm very happy. Now I've already stamped Happy Thanksgiving, so I'm going to glue that down onto here. And I used the label punch. I will show you so that you know what I used. I used Labeled with Love, which still is in, and I used I forgot to leave this one out. It's another Stampin' Up! Punch. I cannot find it, and I'm so sorry. It should be up here with my punches, but it's not there. That means I used it somewhere else. That happens sometimes. So I used that. Now the next thing I want to do, remember that old kit that I found? This one? All those goodies in there? And remember the last year's autumn one? There's stuff in there that I pulled out of those two things, and I'm going to embellish with that. So these are the things that I pulled out of there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some dimensionals. I'm going to put them right on the back of this. Oops, two of them came off at the same time. Okay? And I want to put it there. However, I need to mount these two little cute things. So I'm going to put some glue right here. I kind of laid this out. As Ali says, I did a look-see, so to speak. I like that idea that she does that. That way I don't have to do the whole card and then do another one. I kind of want to do different ones instead of all the same. Trying to, let's put it that way. But sometimes I just really like my design. So that's how that's going to look, okay? The next thing, I'm going to bring in my twine. And I put it right here where I could see it. Could have fallen on the floor for all I know. Well, I have some more twine right here. Oh, it's right here, right next to that rattlesnake. So I'm going to wrap it around, make like it's called a bird's nest. I'm going to trim it. I'm going to take that twine and I'm going to, see, I want to put it like this. So I'm going to grab my tearing tape. I'm going to put it on here like this and then stick it on here. Okay? Then I'm going to pull off these little dots, the back ends to my dimensionals. And if you get it off, silly me, I'm going to place that right here on the card, right in the middle. So now I'm going to bring in some cute little leaves, and I think I'm going to have them falling from the sky. Like they're falling down, just like kind of goes with what's going on there. This came from that extra kit, which I thought would be kind of cute. Just make those little leaves fall down. I'm going to grab a green one for up here. Very simple, fun card. That's what I liked about this. And I think I will bring in this brown one down here. Stick it right there. I'm going to grab one of the leaves, the green one, and I want to put one right here on the sentiment. I could put that one there, but no. Now I'm going to bring in the loose frosted dots, and I'm going to put some on there. So I want to put one right here, one right there, and then one right there. So I would like to do the yellows. I can do the yellows or the pinks, doesn't matter. I'm going to bring in that one. I think I'll put it up there because I don't have a yellow in that spot. I'll grab, I already set some out, silly me. I'll put the pinkish one down there. They're all kind of fall colors, so that's why I thought I could just do kind of what I want. I do not want the brown, I know that much, or the blue. So I'll put that on there. Whoops, wrong way. Does not want to stick. I think I need to get more gooey stuff. There we go. So that's the first card, okay? We will stamp the inside in a little bit, but for now, that's what we have done. So we're gonna go back to the other card that I've already inked up, and this is the other half of this one, see? So I got double use out of my thing. So I'm gonna first glue this down, the background, and I embossed it with the pinewood plank embossing folder. And like I said, I don't know if it's retired, but I'm okay with using retired stuff. I like retired stuff. So it's not an issue for me. Okay, and I get that as best I can. Press it down. So remember, with the embossed paper, you got to make sure you get a lot of glue. See, just a slight little area around it. I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to do the same thing. Put the glue around all the edges. Make sure you go down here. Just like that. Put one right there. Oh, I didn't go all the way across there. So now I'm going to lay that on there and do the same thing. Do a little bit at the bottom, a little at the top, and right on the edge a little bit. And I'll put that down, grab my scratch paper, and press it down. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That looks really good. I love this inking that I kind of came up with. So I did Happy Thanksgiving on this one. I'm going to glue it down. And the Happy Thanksgiving is not a Stampin' Up! One. I know Paper Pumpkin has one, but I don't have that Stampin' Up! One. So I'm going to get my dimensionals and dimensionalize this too. And I want to do twine again, which is right here. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm making like a little bird's nest. I'm going to bring it around a couple times. And then chop it off. Chop away, right? Okay, this one needs to go, wait a second. I only did 3 loops. I did 3 instead of just 2. That's why it was uneven. 1, 2, and then over. There we go. No, that didn't work. Okay, there we go. Kind of messed that one up, didn't I? That's okay. It always works out in the end, right? You just keep doing it until you get it right. Get it the way you want it, I should say. It's a little too long. I'll put this in the middle. Hold that down and see, that'll go just like that. grab these little guys off. So like I said, this came from the kit. And then I'm going to do something a little bit different on this one. That's a little too long. Although it looks cute long. Okay. So now, these came from the kit. So I thought what I'd do is I would make some cute little, let me trim this off so it's flat. I thought what I would do is make them look like they're falling from the sky or from wherever. These little leaves, just like that. So and then this one, I'm going to put it like a little bit out. Shouldn't have put my thing there. Oh, you know what I could do? I'm just going to have to just put 2. Actually, I could put it right there. There we go. That's what I'll do. Let's trim off that extra stem though. I'm supposed to put my sentiment down lower, but that's okay. I'm going to stick that right up under there. And I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to cut off the little stem on it. So I'm bringing in these leaves from the kit. I'm going to stick that like right there. So there we go. Oh, I need to put some embellishments on there. So let's bring in, I'm going to stick with these. I really like these. These are really cute. Oh, I forgot. I have one more thing over here. Where'd it go? There it is. I have my little green leaf. Almost forgot about it. Everything's over here that I forgot about. I have the other leaves that I was going to throw in here too. Just lots of leaves falling down. I thought it'd be fun to have. And let's see. I think I want this green one. Because it is fall, you know. Well, it is fall. Let's throw this little guy right over here. There we go. So now we'll put our little embellishments. I'll do 3. 1, 2, and 3. Close up my glue, which is right here. So yesterday, some friends and I wanted to do a booth. Down in Bowie, it's like about a half hour away from my house, maybe 45 minutes. They had a sip and stroll thing going on, and they said, let's do a booth. And I thought, okay, I got a lot of cards to sell. Well, one of the ladies says, oh no, you're going to sell the dog collars, and whatever you sell, you could have the money. I'm going, oh, really? So we got down there. All I got to say, it was hotter than hell. And I don't use that very lightly. I was dying. We were in the hot sun the whole time. And literally it was from 4 o'clock and the sun's going down. It was in our eyes. We didn't have an awning. We're under a building, but the sun was right there. I mean, it was not good. Just telling you, it was not good. I sold $40 worth of stuff. Enough to pay for my gas and spend time with my friends and get an ice cream. That's about it. I was so disappointed. And they were disappointed. One person didn't sell one thing. Another person, she sold her dog treats. She made $50. The booth cost $60. The person who paid for the booth, she didn't make anything. She was totally happy. But I felt bad for her because I go, do you want anything? She goes, oh, no. That was my treat. I was doing that to help you ladies out. I'm going, you lost money. You didn't even make back what you paid. And she goes, no, that's okay. And I realized, that's what us friends do all the time. We just help each other out and we don't complain. If something doesn't work to our satisfaction, it's fine. Not a big deal. So I want to bring in there, wishing you the happiest of days. And I want to put it in, where's my occasion craze? Here it is. I got the wrong one out. So this will be the sentiment on the inside. Wishing you happiest of days. And wishing you happiest of days. And I'll get my cleaner out. It's not right here, but I'll clean it a little bit. It's off to the side, so I don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to bring in the leaves. This leaf is from, I'm going to bring in this leaf. This is the leaf from 2024 Autumn Abundance. Now, I cannot find that leaf. I know it's somewhere in my stuff. I don't have a clue. So it is what it is. And I'm going to use the pumpkin pie on this one. And I'm going to do this. One on that side, stamping off, of course, and one on this side. Oops, I went off. I moved the paper. Do the same thing here. There. And stamp it off. And there. So that's the inside. And I'll glue that down in a second. I'm going to bring in 2 envelopes, which I'm learning if I put it right here next to me, I'm better off. So I'm going to go with that leaf again. And I know it's dangerous leaving that right here. And I'm going to do right up the side, just some leaves. I thought that would be kind of cute. And just keep doing it until you pretty much run out of ink. If it doesn't work out, just huff on it. It always comes together that way. And guess what? I did it upside down. That's okay. This one's the right way. I will just do it again on this side. No big deal. If I get it stamped on right. And then over there. This gets 2 sides. That's all I can say. You know what? No, it's fine. I'm going to go on the back and just put 1 leaf right here. And then go on the back of this one. 1 leaf right there. Okay, set that aside and I'll wash that in a little bit, stick them over there where they're safe. I'm going to actually close these because I know me. They're too close to me right now. Way too close. Not a good thing. Ah, see, that's what I'm talking about. I did it. I did what I did not want to do. That's okay. I have another envelope. I'll just use the yellow. Nope, I'm not going to use that ink. I'm going to get my pumpkin pie back out. That's why you're supposed to close them right away. You never know when you're going to drop it. At least it didn't hit my card. I'm very happy it didn't hit my card. It's okay now. It's all good, right? So leaf there. And one there. There. And there. And the other one that got messed up is the one that was the cutest one. But I think this looks really good too, by the way. I don't know, maybe I'll just do the other one. Because I kind of like it. Didn't even think. And that's okay, because you know what? The stamp will cover up that one, and it doesn't matter. It'll be really cute. Close up that ink, but do not drop it this time, right? Okay, so now, set that aside. I'm going to glue the inside together. I like these cards. I think they turned out really cute. So anyways, I went to this thing and we were dying. And one person came by and she wanted to buy just a card. Her daughter wanted a heart card. So I said, oh, I have some Valentine's one. Look at the Valentine's. She was so excited. The lady hands us a $100 bill. Do you have change? And I didn't think twice about it. I asked one of the ladies, could you have change? She goes, oh, yeah. So she gave her change back, right? Granted, the card was only $4. You know, and then she got an ornament later on, which was $1. Because I made these cute little Christmas ornaments. And didn't think about it. And the other lady that was with us, she goes, I wouldn't do that after she left. And I go, why not? What if it's fake? And I'm going, I never thought about that. So now we have this $100 bill that my friend Carolyn has, and she's like, I didn't think about it either. So she's going to go to the bank on Monday and make sure that it's good. But it was just like, you got to think about those things, don't we? I didn't even really think about it. So here's the 2 cute cards. They turned out really nice. I love them. I use this and this and this from the kit. I use this from another kit. I use the stamp from the kit. And then the embellishments are from that. And same thing here. I used the stamp. No, I didn't use the stamp. I used that, and then the envelope. Oh, and what else did I use? Oh, the stamp. So, and this is from the Retired Paper Pumpkin kit. So, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you liked my cards. I love them. Have a great day. Bye.